Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hey girlies! So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different with my chit chat. Get ready with me. So typically I just kind of like go off on a tangent, just talking about random stuff going on in my life, stuff in social media, pop media, all of that. But today we're going to actually try to do my makeup like a professional. And I'm going to share with you guys the tips that I have found on TikTok and YouTube and stuff. And we're going to try to really like beat our faces and get that like pro baddie look together. So if you don't really know how to do your makeup, I am in the same boat as you. I just kind of been doing the same makeup look for I don't know how many years now. I've just been doing the same exact routine. As of recently, I've been trying to, you know, switch it up a little bit. And I feel like with the stuff that I was doing, you know, or have been doing for the last like month, have definitely been like a huge step up from what I was doing in the past. So I'm gonna incorporate a little bit of everything that I've learned, and hopefully you guys can learn something in today's video as well. I've never really worked with a lot of these products. Like whenever I do my makeup, I don't do primer, I don't do eyebrows, I don't do like literally anything cream products. Like the only cream product might be a little concealer and like foundation, but I don't do like cream contour, none of that. So we're gonna be trying a lot of stuff today. But before we get started with today's video, we're actually sponsored. Today's sponsor is actually a little spicy, 18 plus, so I will put a timestamp on the screen, so if you are not 18 plus, you can go ahead and go there for the video to actually begin. But today's video is sponsored by the Lelo dot. You may be looking at this like, what is the Lelo dot? What does that do? The Lelo dot is actually a pinpoint clitoral stimulator. Thanks to its soft and bendable tip, the Lelo dot offers climaxing with unmatched precision and ease. When you get your Lelo dot in the mail, this is the packaging that it comes with, and inside you are also going to get a personal moisturizer and also a nice little discreet baggie for you to store the Lelo dot in. As you can see, there's 3 buttons. You go ahead and hold this down, and then it turns the product on. You guys can see it moving. And then you could go ahead and move the intensity up or down. By concentrating all of its power to one small pleasure point, the Lelo dot offers unseen precision to get to your orgasm quicker. So Lelo dot actually offers a really cool personality test. So go ahead and click the link in my bio to discover your orgasmic personality type and get your free gift when you purchase a Lelo dot. So whether you're looking for something to, you know, add to your personal time, or you want to spice up partner time, the Lelo dot has your back and then some. And thank you so much, Lelo dot, for sponsoring today's video. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get into this makeup. We're about to look so bomb by the end of this video. If you're not doing your makeup along with me today, get that snack, get that drink, get that blunt, and let's just hang out. Okay, so after looking at many videos, many TikToks, I have found that the most important thing when starting your makeup is the base, and that is your skincare and skin prep. So I personally went ahead and I already washed my face. I applied my toner as I usually do, and then I put on a little bit of my favorite moisturizer. So for my moisturizer, this, I'm not really gonna recommend like the toners and stuff because like it's nothing like special or crazy. This is the Ultra Repair Firming Collagen Cream. Ever since I started using this last year, I just feel like I've noticed a lot more of like a plump look to my face. And I also have been having pretty dry skin, and I feel like this has taken care of that. So definitely make sure that you apply and skin prep. And the next step is adding a primer to your face. So I haven't done that yet. Today I'm gonna be using the Smashbox Vitamin Glow Primer just because it has some vitamin B, C, and E in it, and I just like to use products that, you know, add a little bit of glow to your face. So we're gonna go ahead and apply this everywhere just so we can make sure that, you know, not only we get that glow that it's gonna offer us, but you know, the makeup lasts as long as possible. You guys, look, I actually did my eyebrows a little bit, so you might notice a little bit of redness around them, but oh my goodness, excuse my like nose piercing like flipping out throughout this video. It's so annoying, but the eyebrows got cleaned up a little bit, so we're gonna actually do my eyebrows today. Wow, finally. The next tip that I found was that if you do not need that much coverage, do not apply a ton of foundation. So you want to get your coverage from your concealer. Now it was kind of different with some people. I noticed some MUAs were saying that you could put your concealer before you do your foundation just for additional coverage, or you could wait until after. So me personally, looking at my skin, I do have a pimple that's coming in on the chin, a little one right here, but I don't see anything crazy, so I'm not too concerned with putting on, you know, a ton of like coverage. So I'm gonna take my concealer that goes along with my foundation. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer in the color number 10, and I'm gonna go ahead and just take a little bit of that and just kind of like cover up those 2 blemishes that I see on my face, and then I'm gonna let the foundation kind of do the rest of the work. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation in 260N. I love this. It gives me a nice medium coverage. A lot of the foundations that I have tried in the past, like the Amazonian Clay one from Tarte, that was so thick on the skin and I felt like you could see like the layers. And a lot of foundations that I've tried from MAC as well in the past, I feel like have just been so like thick. You have to be so careful when applying it because you can very easily like make it look really cakey. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of this foundation all over my skin. I just put one pump on this little Huda Beauty palette that I have, and I'm just gonna kind of blend this into my skin until it's nice and even. I could honestly already see like a difference in the application from putting primer and moisturizer compared to not. Like I said, I only put a pump on here and you could see that I probably used about half of it and it did such a good job covering. Is that because of like the skin prep? So now we're gonna go ahead with that same concealer that I had earlier, and I'm just gonna kind of like take a little bit and pinpoint those pimples again that, you know, we were trying to cover before, and look around for any other blemishes that I might want to cover a little bit as well. Now I'm going to take a lighter concealer, and this is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer Matte Finish, and I'm just going to stick a little bit of that on the inner corners of my eye and then a little bit over here. I'm going to go ahead and take a wet makeup sponge and just blend that concealer in. I also saw another person say that you can put a color corrector and then put your concealer instead of putting a ton of concealer and like constantly building it up. I love this concealer. It's literally $5 or $6 at Target, and I feel like it definitely gets the job done with brightening the under eye. So what I noticed when doing my research, like a lot of like beauty gurus, not so much like professional makeup artists, were like putting their foundation all, or not the foundation, their concealer all the way down here and then like blending it out. But all of the professional makeup artists were saying just to keep it isolated up here. So that's kind of what I was doing in the past. I was just putting the concealer all over my under eye, but now I'm noticing that when I keep it more focused under here, it's making my cheekbones look a little bit higher. Obviously it always depends on the shape of your face as well, but I notice if I don't drag it too far down, these are like accentuated more, because if you're just covering all of this with brightness, it can kind of like make your face look flatter, you know? And next they said to take a translucent powder and put that underneath your eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this banana powder and just pour a little bit of that in here and then isolate that powder underneath my eye. And put that under there, a little under there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, making sure that I go up into the corner a little bit so it doesn't crease, because I notice that's where my concealer will crease the most. Remember, we are learning together. I am not a professional. I am not intending to be one either, but I would love for my makeup to look a lot more better in person. The cheekbones are looking lifted, okay? So now we're gonna do something that I have never done before. We're gonna be using a cream bronzer. So typically I like to just go in with my Hoola Caramel from Benefit, and I just throw this in like a 3. Like that is what I've been doing since 2013. Been almost 10 years. We need to switch it up. So I'm going to finally use something different for once. Instead today we're going to be using a classic. This is Laguna by NARS as our powder, but for our cream we are going to be using a cream bronzer by Tarte, and this is in the color Breezy. As you can see, I'm using a lot of Tarte products today, or you will notice I'm wearing a lot of Tarte products, and that is because I just recently got added to their PR list. So not sponsored or anything by them, just got added to their list and they sent me a ton of makeup, so I've also been kind of playing around with it as well. So I'm just taking this and I am focusing it underneath my cheekbones. You could already see like the definition kind of like happening. A little bit onto my forehead as well. I'm not putting too much because I'm also gonna have a powder on top. So taking a little bit under my jaw just to like define it a little bit more. I don't even know what the hell I was doing in the past, because like I was putting my bronzer up here, like not so much like along like my jawline. I was putting it up here. Girl, I don't even know why. Also, I want to point out that whenever I film these videos, I always have to color correct it because I feel like the video kind of washes me out a tiny bit. Like I am not this pale in person. Well, not pale, I'm still brown, but like if you like kind of like catch glimpses of the like camera not being able to lighten my skin, you can see how brown I actually am. So it's kind of throwing me off. That's why I'm looking in the mirror while doing my makeup. I used to always look in the viewfinder, and that's why half the time my makeup would not match my skin tone, because girl, I would think that I was a lot fairer than I really am. Okay, now we're gonna do something else that I don't never do. We're gonna contour my nose. Typically, I just take a big fluffy brush like this that's not gonna pinpoint anything, and I just go and I move on with my day. But this time, we're gonna actually take the cream bronzer and we are going to contour my nose. And then I noticed they also took the contour into their brow line as well. So we're going to pinch and cinch this nose. I don't know how this is gonna look. I've never done this before. So I'm putting a little bit underneath, a little bit on the insides, and then a little line across. And I think that's good. And I'm just gonna take this sponge and just kind of blend it a little bit so it's not so harsh. Can these, I'm so sorry, I cannot, like I'm 2 seconds from just removing these piercings altogether. But I love them so much. Like I had a septum, I don't know if you guys remember, because it didn't even last long. You probably only saw it in like 2 videos. But yeah, I had a septum and that just didn't end up working out. I got so sick and tired of just like feeling it hit the top of my lip. And it was so weird, like when I took it off, I felt like I like recognized myself again. Like I felt like I didn't know who the F I was looking at. Like it like took away like such a huge part of my face, I feel like. This cool product that I didn't even know existed until I got this freaking PR package. It's called a Glow Wand by Tarte. I low-key fucked up the first time I used this and I put it all underneath my eye because I thought it was concealer, and I just looked crazy. Like I looked like a vampire. So you're actually only supposed to isolate this on like the areas you're trying to like highlight. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like and just do a little bit on my nose. So I'm going to draw an exclamation on my nose like that, and I'm just going to kind of like dab it in and then a little circle. I feel like I put too much. Let's take some of that off. I feel like that made my nose like the focal point of my face because it looks like a lot more like lifted and nice and highlighted. Now we're gonna put some blush. So girl, I just been doing this. Okay, so I have this palette that I got from Carity maybe a year or 2 ago. This is their Rose All Day palette, and it just has a ton of like pinks and stuff. So excuse like the marks in it. That was not me, that was Nyla. But I've been taking this pink color and this bright pink, and I've just been mixing them, and I feel like it gives me the perfect pink shade. I need to find a pink blush that, you know, kind of does the same job, but this works. So that's what I've been doing. So you guys can see the color I am talking about. Okay, so I just realized I kind of fucked up on something. So I noticed that half of the people I watched did the eyebrows like after the foundation because the girls had like perfect brows. So all they really needed was for them to be like combed up and added like a little bit of like product. But I feel like my eyebrows are a little uneven right now. Let me get closer so you guys can see. This one, I love this eyebrow. Like, we're best fucking friends, okay? But this eyebrow, ever since I was young, she's always had bald spots. Like, no matter what, ever since I was young. Girl, how old am I trying to say I am? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and take this angled brush right here, and we're just gonna go ahead and fill in my eyebrows a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix a little bit of black and a little bit of brown powder, and I am just going to very lightly fill in my eyebrows. So one tip that I saw, they said to focus your powder on the top of your arch just to kind of like make your eyebrows look more lifted. If your eyebrows are already perfect, which most of y'all that watch me, I already know y'all got bomb brows because I've been seeing y'all profile pictures. Like sometimes I'm creeping when I get like a new follower, or I'll say this person liked your photo, so let me go see who you are. And half of y'all like bad bitches watch this channel. That's all I'm gonna say. Bad bitches watch this channel. If you watch Simply Nessa growing up, you end up becoming a bad bitch. I'm actually having a good time doing this. Like typically I don't even like to do my makeup, but like girl, I'm having fun right now. Is it because I'm like talking to y'all? Probably. I've been going live more on TikTok to like get ready in the morning, so if you're enjoying today's video and you want to actually see me doing my makeup live and we could, you know, talk to each other back to back. I love going live on TikTok, you guys, because it's usually just like, it's never more than like, sometimes like when I'm telling a really good juicy story, there'll be like 1,000 people in there, but typically when we're doing makeup, it's just a few hundred of y'all, and like we can actually see the comments and we're having conversations, we're laughing and shit together. Sometimes I'll guest people as well. So if you guys want to follow me on TikTok and join that community that I have over there, it's at MessyNessy15. So now we are done with my eyebrows. That definitely added a little bit more of a pop to my face for sure. So now we're gonna go ahead and start with the eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow palette I'm using today is also from Carity. Is this sponsored by Carity? First color we're gonna take is called Bittersweet. This is the Picante palette. We're gonna take this and we're just gonna kind of like put that around my eye. Maybe I'll mix it with a little bit of this just to lighten it up. I'm just gonna kind of put this all over my eye. I'm focusing it kind of in the crease. I never really go for like burgundy colors like this, but I found that if you have more of a warmer tone skin, this is literally like the perfect color to use. I'm going to take that smaller brush that I used earlier and I'm going to take the same color and I'm just going to drag it down underneath my lash line, which is something that I also never ever do. When I do my eyeshadow, I stick to like just using my bronzer in my crease and then maybe a little bit of like highlighter, just like dab it on, and I just like call it a day. So I never see myself with like a more sultry, smoky, like under eye look. Now I'm gonna take the most ancient palette that I own. This is a Morphe 25B. I don't even have the top for it anymore, but I have it like placed a certain way. I have a little like rack for my palettes, so it doesn't get crushed. So now I'm just taking this like taupey gray color and I'm just gonna put that on my actual like lid. Typically what I like to do is I would take a cream color just to like brighten up the eye, but for the purpose of this video we're trying to do like a more sultry look, so I don't want to like brighten up that area too much. And now I'm going to take an even darker taupey color and I'm going to go ahead and focus that just kind of like on the V of my eye. So now for the part that's literally gonna make me vomit, because I do not like pencil liner like by my like lower lash line. It always makes me like, we're gonna try to do this without making my eye cry. So we're gonna take a little, oh my, that doesn't even make sense. Like I could do contacts, but I just cannot. I remember when I was like maybe like 13 or 14, my mom took me to do glamour shots at the Air Force Base, and the lady that did my makeup there put like the most heaviest black liner on my lower lash line, and then it was so bad. And she also put me in like a leather jacket, so I was like popping the collar. Poor me. And my mom still bought those photos. She's like, oh my god, you look so pretty. Like, girl, no, bye. So now we're gonna skip a step that hurts my heart because I feel like it's a staple part of my makeup, and if I don't do this, I feel like it's gonna look weird. But we are not gonna do a winged liner this time. No, girl, I know. We're just not gonna do it. Instead, we are gonna get all of the wing from our lashes. As you guys know, I am the founder and owner of Briella Lashes, even though the website is down. I still have a million lashes in my house. We're gonna be taking some of my own. I don't remember exactly which style I call these. These could be the cis lashes, these could be the girly lashes. Girl, I do not remember, so don't ask. Most of the lashes I would sell were like a lot more out there, but I noticed a lot of these MUAs were using a lot more of like a thinner lash, and it was still giving a nice effect. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this Duo Lash Glue, and we're gonna struggle to put this eyelash on real quick. I had this like Duo Lash Glue for at least like 2 years. Is that like toxic? Is my eyeball gonna like fall off? Is that why my eyes are itchy every time I put lashes on? Like, is this glue old? Not even spit all over it. Girl, that's why it's itchy. Have you guys seen those DIY lash kits where it's like a bunch of little pieces? You put one on top, one underneath, one on top, one underneath, and it'll last for like 2 weeks? Let me know in the comments below if you've tried something like that. And was it comfortable on your eye? Because I can't get lash extensions. The last time I tried to get them done, I cried like a little bitch. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I cried in there, bitch. It was so embarrassing. But girl, I was just not able to like sit there with my eyes closed. Like, I started getting anxiety. I started sweating and shit. She was only able to like tape my eye down and then put like one lash on, and I was like, I can't do this. And I like started crying, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave, bye. And I just walked out. Girl, I gave it that extra touch. Like, come on, lash. I forgot what I'd look like with lashes because I don't really wear them that much anymore. I'm gonna put just a little bit on the lower lash line. Not too much to where it starts looking all clumpy. So every time I go live and I do my makeup, this is my like OG lip that I cannot like stop doing over and over. And these products are just like, they're so affordable, it just makes it even better. So for the lip liner, I'm using ColourPop, and this is their lippy pencil in the color Pitch. And then for the lip gloss, I'm using something that's a couple shades lighter than the lip liner, and this is the NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in the color Butterscotch. So I'm gonna go ahead and just line my lips. So line like that on the bottom, and then I'm gonna do a line on top, and I'm gonna kind of blend it out with my finger. Can you guys hear Nyla downstairs? I don't know if the camera mic can pick it up that far away, but she's like downstairs singing and dancing. I could hear her. I'm gonna take some gloss, put that on top. I love that. I love that. So now let's go in with the highlighting. So as you guys know, I always use the same damn highlighter, and it is my Kylie one. It has fallen, it has broken, it has seen some days. Today we're actually using something different, and also something that I saw a lot of makeup artists doing that I thought was so pretty that I don't know why I haven't tried it yet. But you can actually get blush colored highlighters, and as you can see, Nyla dug her fingers in it. I have only had this for a couple days. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of this like pink highlighter and just put a tiny bit of that over the blush just to add some more glow, and then I'm gonna use the regular one as well. Look at me right there. Girl, why do my head look shaped like that? Okay, so we're gonna take some of the pink. It's actually pretty pigmented, like you barely have to even like use any. So I'm just gonna put some of that over the blush that I already had. It's pigmented, so you will get a little bit more pink, but it's also glowy, so in person it just looks so nice. Then I'm gonna take the regular highlighter, and I'm gonna go ahead and start highlighting the high points of my face. Put a little bit on the cupid's bow, a little on the chin, a little right here, just a little bit there. I don't know why it took me the whole video to do this, but I just opened up the blinds a little bit more, and now you could actually see like how the makeup really looks. You can see that we added powder to set it, but it still has a glow to it, because I find that sometimes when you add too much powder, your whole face just looks like flat and matte. So I took it easy on the powder today, and I feel like that made one of the biggest differences. So we're gonna go ahead and add the wig and the hat to finish the look, because today I'm just wearing some black sweatpants and a black bodysuit, so we're gonna finish the look real quick. So we have the completed look. I have the hat, the hair, and I am ready to go. I need to go grocery shopping now. I got like no food in my house right now. I don't know why. I always wait till there's nothing left. So I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you learned something today, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment on one of the tips that you actually learned, or leave me some tips down below as well. I am still learning as well. Thank you again, Lelo for sponsoring. Make sure you guys check them out in the description below. I will see you guys all in a couple days on my channel. Subscribe if you're not already and become a girly, and I'll see you guys all in a few days. Bye!